Hey, it's me, MLB. Here is chapter 54 of That Side Character, and this one is titled, I'm Out. I don't want to talk about it, you said in a small voice. I want to help, he said gently, stepping forward to embrace you. You can't help, you said sadly. I don't want us to be apart. I don't want to have to stop seeing you. What? He asked, his heart dropping. Why would you have to stop seeing me? I haven't told my dad that I have a boyfriend, and I'm worried that when he finds out he's going to force me to break up with you. Kenma's already sinking heart took one last metaphorical breath in and then sank under the surface. Would he do that? Kenma asked in a numb voice. It's possible. My dad doesn't like me and wants me to have a miserable life, you said blandly. I can talk to him, Kenma said. You shook your head. There's no talking to him. He doesn't listen. I'm already a disgrace to him, so there's no way he'd suddenly be nice to me. The two of you just stood there staring at the floor. I don't want us to be apart, Kenma suddenly said strongly. I don't either, you replied, tears welling up in your eyes. You wrapped your arms around him and squeezed him close, bottom lip quivering away. But I don't know what to do, you wailed into him. He just hugged you close and thought hard. He's the final boss, he said softly. I have to figure out a way to defeat the final boss. You didn't know what he was talking about, so didn't reply, and just held him like it was the last time you'd ever get to hold him. You didn't end up going shopping after that. You weren't in the mood. So after spending time with the two Kenmas, human and cat, you headed home. As you entered the house, you could hear the TV on, and you paused for a second. Oh, Dad's home. Do I say hi, or should I just go to my room? You stalled for a second or two, but it was a little too long of a pause since your dad walked past the hall to head into the kitchen and saw you standing at the front door. When did you get home? He asked gruffly. Why didn't you call out a greeting when you get home? It's rude to just enter and not say anything. You sighed. Can't even get in the front door without him breathing down my neck. You turned to the stairs and he called out to you to stop. Excuse me, where are you going? To my room, you replied, trying not to sound sassy, but it was like, what do you mean, where am I going? I'm getting away from you. You obviously don't want me around, so I'm getting out of your hair. I haven't been home in over a week, and you want to go to your room. Come here and get a plate of food and spend some time with your father, he demanded. I'd rather shoot myself in the face with paintballs while walking barefoot on Lego, you thought, as you held in another sigh and dropped your bag down at the foot of the stairs to walk to the kitchen. Don't just leave your bag in the hallway where someone could trip over it, your dad snapped. Go and put it neatly next to the table over there. He pointed across the hall to the table, and you bit down hard on your tongue. Frick, man, can I do nothing right? Trip over it. Who's going to trip over it? There's only two of us here, and we both know where it is. So how are we going to fall over it? I'm so done. And I've only just walked in the front door. You're unusually quiet, your dad said as you finished putting your bag down and walking up the hallway to him. Did you get in trouble at school? Is that why you're quiet? No, you replied, giving him a puzzled look. Don't give me that attitude, he replied quickly. You were pretty much fed up at this point. When your dad was home, it was any of the below. You'd be ignored, berated, picked on, or sometimes, on really fun days, all three of them. Yay! Life was so good. Sorry, you said mechanically. There was no sincerity to it. It was a learned response to get him to shut up, but it annoyed you nonetheless that you always had to apologise to him for things that weren't your fault. Eat some food, he then demanded, gesturing to a whole spread of food that he had bought from various local restaurants. You picked out a few things you liked and then stood there at the kitchen bench to eat. Don't just eat there, he said with a frown on his face. The TV's on, come and eat in there. Reluctantly, you picked up your plate and followed him into the lounge. What a fun night this was going to be. You were right there where he could pick on your every move. Your backside hadn't hit the seat when he started up again. Is that all you're going to eat? Go and get some more. I've spent a lot of money on this food. I'm not letting it go to waste, he snapped. I'll get more after, he said dully, looking down at your plate and not at him. For some weird reason, you'd lost your appetite. Sarcasm. No, go and get some more now, he said. You stood up and walked out, placing your plate down on the kitchen counter and then resting your hands either side of it as you did your best to control your breathing. I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, I don't want to be here, you chanted, scrunching your eyes up tight and praying that when you opened them, you'd be in a completely different place. Hurry up, Yin, you heard your father's voice call from the lounge. He sounded annoyed. Grabbing a handful of something close to you, slammed it down on your plate and marched back in and sat down firmly on the seat. Your dad looked over and scoffed. Oh, I swear to God, if he says anything, "I buy the nicest of everything. You go and pick that and put it on your plate," he said. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, and you just stood up silently and walked out. "Where are you going?" your dad called out after you, calling your name loudly when you didn't respond. Mate, I am so sorry if anyone's dad actually treats you this way. This is just, it's, no, X. Cut that out. Next chapter coming tomorrow. I'll see you then.